The island of Tasmania sits at the bottom of the world. 150 miles southeast of the Australian mainland, this is the land that time forgot. Roughly the size of South Carolina, it is home to pristine rainforests, unique fauna, and some of the world's tallest trees. Wildlife like the Tasmanian devil, wombat, and kangaroo thrive on this green land. But there is said to be something else stalking this 26,000 square mile island, a mysterious predator.
You feel that there's eyes upon you, you feel like something's watching you, and you can't work it out what.
For a minute it didn't register, and then I thought, it's a Tasmanian tiger.
I looked for him for at least 3 minutes.
It's not dead, it's not gone, and we saw it.
Eyewitnesses report seeing a wolf-like creature with distinctive dark brown stripes and a large head. The beast has a jaw that is able to open wider than any known mammal, and long razor-sharp teeth capable of slicing through flesh. This beast measures up to 6 feet long and can weigh as much as 80 pounds. The descriptions match those of the Tasmanian tiger, known for its distinct tiger-like markings. Known to scientists as the thylacine, this large carnivorous marsupial was the island's top predator until the turn of the 20th century, when they were hunted to extinction. But some people are now convinced that this was not the end of the tigers.
It was absolute disbelief to see it.
Andrew Orchard, a farmer, encountered a tiger on a deserted road in northeast Tasmania.
I just happened to notice on the right-hand side of the road, standing in the ferns, only 100 metres up in front, what I thought was a forester kangaroo because it had an enormous head on it. And for a minute it didn't register, and then I thought, it's a Tasmanian tiger.
As Andrew slowed down, the creature was less than 30 yards away.
As I nearly got to it, all of a sudden it got down on all fours and paced like a horse, and then got to the other side and went up the bank.
Andrew swiftly turned around, rushed out of his car, and tried to locate the fleeing beast.
In the ferns, you know, they're waist high, and this animal was probably only just above the knee. It's near impossible to find it. But it was a very good view of it in the afternoon. There's no doubt what it was.
Since 1936, there have been more than 350 reported sightings across the island. The witnesses all seem to describe the unique features of the Tasmanian tiger.
The jaw gape was enormous, much larger than a wolf, and they could open their mouth that wide.
Wildlife biologist Nick Mooney says the beast relied on an acute sense of smell and great stamina to tenaciously track and kill its prey.
You have a very large crushing bite. This is very clearly a flesh-eating jaw.
Mooney has investigated many of these alleged sightings. He's seen no evidence so far that's led him to believe the beast still roams the island.
The thylacine, or the tiger as you call him, has been creating quite a lot of interest lately. But I wouldn't be prepared to give a definite answer about his future. This model will give you some idea of his proportions and size. And we'll start the tail of the tiger right there, because it's an interesting one, and it's actually an extension of the backbone. The enormous feet carried him great distances when he ran down his prey to a state of exhaustion. Then the massive jaws consumed the meat, for he's a blood feeder. Did you know that the thylacine was a member of the marsupial group?
You mean they carry their young in a pouch, like kangaroos?
Yes, that's right, like so many of the other Australian animals. There's an old film of the thylacine which was taken about 40 years ago. Would you like to see it? This was taken in the Hobart Zoo and could possibly be our last look at the thylacine. Notice the wide stripes on the rump. That's why early settlers referred to him commonly as the tiger. Not a lot is known about him because when the thylacine was plentiful, settlers were generally interested in furthering their sheep growing, and as a killer, his extermination was of the utmost importance. Mating takes place in the summer, and the 3 or 4 young have a pouched life of about 4 months. After that, they run with the mother and hide while she hunts. About 80 years ago, the government put a very high price on his head, and then the story changed dramatically.